Hi all, welcome to Chess 24/7 and you are encountering another stream for the week and we are back to solving puzzles. So it's black to move and win. Okay, let me first do a material check. We have 6 white pawns and 6 black pawns. We have 2 white rooks, 2 black rooks, 2 minor pieces. Although there is an imbalance of minor piece, my opponent has a bishop pair advantage. And there's a lot of pressure on in the center. And talking about undefended pieces, my knight on d7 is undefended and both my opponent's rook on e1 and a5 are also undefended. Okay, if I could somehow put my bishop on c3, that would win me material. But the only problem is that I really cannot put my bishop on c3 directly. Also, so my opponent does not have any back rank issues, but because the bishop is on h2, it is acting like one. It's acting like one pawn, so the back rank still exists. I'm thinking about e4 push because of that. e4, rook e4, rook e4, bishop e4, rook e8, and the bishop is hit. The bishop can move to d3, rook e1, bishop d1 could be an idea. But pawn d4, pawn d4, bishop d4, rooks are exchanged, or maybe bishop d6. Okay, pawn d4, the rook has to be exchanged, I believe. Pawn d4, rook e8 check, rook e8, pawn d4, pawn bishop d4, bishop d6. Rook e1, king h2. If I play rook c4, he'll probably play rook a7, hit my knight. Knight f6, pawn e5, pawn e5, bishop e5, saves c3. Now I'm thinking about e4 here somehow. e4, rook e4, rook e4, bishop e4, rook e8. My opponent can play f3 also. Okay, let's see. Pawn d4, pawn rook e8 check, rook e8. Let's say pawn bishop d6, let's say, because of bishop d6, rook e1, king h2, pawn c3, rook a7, c2, rook a8, oh my bad, pawn d4, rook e8, rook e8, bishop d6, pawn c3, rook a7, c2, rook d7, then I promote to a queen. I think I'm going to go for pawn d4 here. So let me just picture it as well. Pawn d4, rook e8 check, rook e8. Now bishop d6, because if c d4 then rook e1 is made, right? Yeah, so bishop d6, pawn c3. Oh my bad, one second. So it should pawn d4, rook e8 check, rook e8, bishop d6, rook e1, king h2, pawn c3. If rook a7 I c2, and then he cannot capture on d7 because I promote. So maybe at this point of time he could play bishop f4 or bishop a3, but I still play c2. Yeah, I think taking here should be the right move. And then we have the exchange taking place. And now rook e1 looks better here. Otherwise, if I play pawn c3, I mean, what's the problem with rook e1? Rook e1, king h2, and then I take on c3. Or if I directly take on c3, how could white respond? Pawn c3. Oh, then he can... Okay. Then he can play bishop f4 maybe. Even if I give him a bishop a6 or maybe rook a1 as well. If I play c2, yeah. I think I'll go for what I thought. Starting off with rook e1 check. Okay, there's a better move. I see. And that, I mean, now thinking about pawn c3 here. I'm just trying to figure out what could go wrong. I'm going to go with this. And now c2 hits a rook. Rook c1. C2, rook c1, or maybe rook e1 check, rook e1. I don't get anything right here. C2, rook c1. I'm thinking about rook e6 here. Because if I play c2, he can just play rook c1 and then I don't get anything. But what about bishop h6? Bishop h6, and then maybe he can play bishop d1, defend c2, rook e1, check, then I can play c2. I think bishop h6 looks better here. Bishop h6, rook a7, c2, and then he doesn't have any time to capture on d7. Bishop h6. Bishop h6, he can play bishop a3. c2, bishop c1, bishop, and then rook e1 check maybe. But he doesn't have to play bishop c1, right? So I'm thinking about bishop h6, bishop a6, c2. Again, doesn't have to play bishop c1. You can probably do something with, let's say, bishop c6 maybe. And then rook b1 maybe. Yeah, bishop a6, bishop h6, bishop a3, c2, and I'm thinking about playing rook b8. Yeah. Let's go for bishop h6. But let's just see how could white respond with after c2. Rook c1. No, I'll play bishop h6 here. Hey, that's there's a better move here. Okay. I'll move my knight then, because I really don't know. I'll move my knight, hit the pawn on c4. If c5, then I'll play knight c5 maybe. And then it should be, I can double attack on the bishop, because now bishop a3 does not work. And now I can just capture. Okay. And now should I play c2 here? I can just capture on d6, hit the bishop e4 or bishop a4, then rook d1, king h2, bishop e5, g3, or maybe I can play king rook d2. Okay, good one. Let's solve the next one. Okay, so it's white to win. So the knight on e7 is pinned. Let me just show material count. We have 6 black pawns and 5 white pawns, 2 rooks, 3 minor pieces. Yeah, so I'm down by a pawn, but my opponent's king's position, I still like my king's position, because I can castle on the next move. I have all my pieces developed, and the bishop on c1 on my bad, the bishop on f8 is not developed. Okay, so the first move that comes to my mind is knight d5, putting more pressure on the e7 knight. But my bishop is also hit on g5. Okay, what about bishop f6, rook g8? Knight d5. Then I think bishop f6 makes sense here. And followed by knight d5. Or maybe queen d4 is also good. Oh, queen d4 doesn't work because we have knight f3 check right here. Bishop f6 looks better. It also hits the knight and the rook. Bishop f6, knight f3, queen f3. We are ready to castle on the queen side. I think I'll go with bishop f6 here. And now take the knight with my queen. And now what? I can now castle on the queen side, bring my rook on the e file. But then rook g8 is coming. I mean rook e6, my bad. Oh, I can also knight d5, no issues. Knight d5, rook g6. I mean, over here castling looks so tempting. What's the drawback? Or is there a better move? Knight d5, rook g6 is there. I'll probably castle here. Yeah. Now I can take on e7. Bishop e7, queen e7 is not possible. So bishop e7, bishop e7. Rook d5. Or maybe knight d5. But then you can castle on the queen side. And then we can take on e7, queens. I think knight d5, rook d5. If I play knight d5, you can just rook d5, rook d, knight d5, rook d5, queen f6. Rook e1, bishop e7, and then I can also add. But I guess what about bishop e7, and then knight d5 here. Bishop e7. There's a better move. There would be, obviously. Okay, I'll play knight d5 here. And now I'll bring my other rook to e1. And now I can capture on d5 with my queen, which might look a little weird here because I'm attacking. So instead of giving up my queen, I should take with my d5 rook, but then bishop on f6 falls, right? But anyhow, if I capture with my queen here, the bishop would anyhow fall. Okay, let me see. What's the issue with rook d5 here? Okay, let's see. Queen d5, queen f6, queen b7 hits the rook. Let's say the rook goes to d8, rook d8, king d8, queen b8, and then I win the rook on g8. But if I take with my rook, I don't have access to b7. So let's go for this and let's hope if that's the right move. That is the right move. And now it should be, yeah, this is simple. Now it's pretty simple. We pick up the rook on g8. There we go. Okay, so it's black to draw. So we have 4 white pawns, 2 black pawns, 2 minor pieces, some down 2 pawns and a rook, but I have some drawing chances, I would say. Now I have knight h4, that comes to my mind directly, but f3 then spoils everything. f3 is also a good idea, but rook f3 is possible. So what about bishop e? But I can capture the rook also, right? Okay, since we have to draw this, I can also play queen d1, bishop f1, queen g4 back, king f1, queen f3, bishop, king g2, then I can just go back with g4, bishop comes back. Yeah, so I think queen d1 should work here, right? Yeah, queen d1 should work. And now I can play bishop e4, but then he can play f3. If I capture, then there's bishop g2, and then queen d1. What's the problem with bishop f3? Bishop f3, f3. My bad. Bishop d5, f3, bishop f3, check. I don't get it. I mean, bishop d5. What's the problem with bishop d5? Check. f3. I still the bishop f3. Check. Bishop g2. Okay, then I don't have access to d1. I see. I see. So I have to play queen f3 here. There we go. Then let's go for our fourth puzzle, which is black to draw again. So let's do the material count. We have 5 white pawns, 4 black pawns, a pair of queens, a pair of rooks, and we down a material, a full minor piece, but there's a lot of attack going on. Okay, what's so I'm thinking about rook f3, check, rook f3, rook f3, queen f3, queen c2. Doesn't work, right? Because I mean I don't see a clear-cut way to draw. What about queen d4, and I can win the rook on a1. So let's see, queen d4 check. If the king goes to the last rank, then I get the rook for free. So maybe he'll go to, he can play queen e3. If I pick on a1, and then maybe he can go for a7. I mean h7, but I mean queen d4 looks good here. And then yes, let's see, queen d4, and now the king has 5 options to go. So we're just talking about the king moves. So after queen d4, yes, king g1, f1, e1, g2, and g3. If he goes to the last rank, I get the rook for free with check. So he has to come up then. I don't think so that will be the case. Queen d4. So it probably go for f g2 or g3. I mean, if you go for g2, I can just take on f3, queen f3, rook f3, king f3, and then I can also play rook queen c2. Okay, then you can save the rook on h3 very easily with g2 or g4. But yeah, I can just win the queen, right? Queen d4, king g2. But because you have to draw, I really don't know how we can go about drawing the game. Also the thing is, if I play queen d4 and pick up the rook on a1, I don't see how could white respond. Or maybe he can capture on c4. So queen d4, king moves, queen a1, queen c4 check is not possible because I defend the c4 pawn with my rook. I'm going to go for this queen d4 check here. Let's see. Okay, that's not the correct move. Let's take back. And now queen d4, I'm not sure. Queen h4 maybe? Yeah. Okay. Got it. And this is now a draw, I believe. Okay, that's not the right move, so maybe queen h4. So let's go back to the solution and try to figure out why queen d4 doesn't work. Even if I pick up the rook on a1, then oh yes. Okay, there we go. So yeah, why doesn't queen d4 work? Let's see if we can pull up the engine here. Queen e3 is possible, and if I just capture the rook on a1, how could I respond? Taking on a to a7. Okay, let's h7. Hmm. Got it. So it's black to win. Let me do a material count. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 white pawns and 5 black pawns. A pair of we have both have a rook and a minor piece and a queen. So material wise we are equal. But the rook on e1 is unprotected right now. Also, I don't like the knight on d5. It's such a nice piece. The queen is hit, by the way, and there is knight f6. And the pawn on b6 is also hit twice. Defend it, not at all. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking about queen d2. That's it. Knight. The rook goes to. So here's two options. Okay, three options. You can go to f1, b1. In fact, he has only two options left with him: f1 or b1. Let's see. Goes to f1. Queen d4. King goes back to h1. And then maybe I hit the rook again with queen d3 maybe. The rook is still hit. But again, you have to win this, right? Yeah, so I'm not sure if that would be the right approach. Bishop d5, pawn d5. Rook d5, queen a1, a8 check, wins the rook on d5 then. That's not happening. Let's see. Rook d5, pawn d5, queen d2. Okay, now queen d2 looks good here. Also, I'm thinking about e3 here so that I can play queen f2 check and win the rook. So let's see. Bishop d5, pawn d5, e3. What about rook d5, pawn d5 and e3? Bishop d5, let's bishop d5, pawn d5, e3. Rook f1. Rook d5. Okay. Bishop d5, pawn d5, e3, rook f1, e2. Yeah, this should be it. Bishop d5. Uh, but he can play queen b6, hit my rook. But then I can counter attack with rook b8, and then I can save my rook, my bishop as well. Even if he plays queen c5. I think I'm going to play bishop d5, pawn d5, e3, rook f1, e2. He cannot capture on f4 because then I promote to a queen with check. He goes back to f1, or maybe I can just play rook d1. Oh, okay, rook d1 is not available because there's a pawn in the way. Bishop d5, pawn d5, e3, rook f1. Rook d5, pawn d5, bishop d5, queen b8. I move up with my king. I'm not sure, man. I mean, bishop d5 looks good here in this position. Or rook d5. Rook d5, pawn d5. I'm not sure about rook d5 there. Bishop d5, queen d6. I'm not sure if rook d5, bishop d5 is the right move. Bishop d5, pawn d5, e3 threatens queen f2, check, rook f1, e2, rook f4, okay, yeah, this is better. This looks better. I can probably go for bishop d5, pawn d5, e3, rook f1, queen f1, king f1, bishop c5, check. The king has to go back and then rook d1. Why? What's let's go to the solutions then. I thought this would be the right move. At least his sequence looked pretty tempting. So rook d5, cd5, e3. Okay, I'm happy that I came up with this idea. Okay, then what's the issue with? Let me pull up the engine and let's see. Bishop d5. How could white respond? Queen b6, then rook b8, right? Okay, and then what? Let's say then it can be a draw maybe. King f8, then queen. Okay, then cd5. And then even if I play e3, rook f1 is coming. Okay, maybe not the right move. Now it looks like. Okay, maybe, I don't know. Let's go for our next puzzle. Black to regain material. So let me do a material check. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white pawns, and we have 4 black pawns and a rook on both the sides. Now my a pawn is a passed pawn, no doubt about that, but my opponent has queen king side majority and is attacking my pawn on g5 right now. Okay. Also he has a pawn on e5 which is a passed pawn. Now I'm thinking about rook b2 and start pushing my a pawn. Rook b2, king g5, a5. Rook d1, a4, rook a1. Or what about a5, king g5, a4, h4, a3, h5, rook b2, h6, b2, a2, h7. I promote to a queen and he also promote to a queen, and queen c1 check. I mean, but then I don't regain the material, right? Okay. I mean, I have to do something with my a pawn, that is for sure. I'm going to go for this pawn push, because other than that I also, okay, there we go, we have queen g5, and I'm going to keep pushing the pawn. And now I can play my rook, bring my rook to the, okay, and now I think rook g1 should be better here. Even if he pushes, I just capture the pawn and then go for a2. And now this should be it. There we go. Okay, so it's black to win. Let me do a material check. We have 5 white pawns and 3 and 4, 7 black pawns. We have, okay, so I'm down a minor piece and a rook, but I have some attacking chances against my opponent's king. Bishop b4 could be an idea someday. Right now the move that comes to my mind is rook c2. Hits a queen. Let's say the queen goes to f4, bishop b4, king f1. Rook c2, queen, rook c2, but then he can play bishop e4, queen e4, rook e4, bishop b4 doesn't work, rook c. I obviously cannot exchange pieces because I'm down a full piece and a minor, and a rook and a minor piece. Okay, we're not down a minor, my bad, I didn't see the rook on f8. We are down a minor piece only. Also bishop g5 is an idea. I mean rook c2, the queen, has 3 options: queen e3, queen f4. In fact, the queen only has 2 options: queen e3 or queen f4. But my opponent can also counteract with bishop e4, but then I can just pin by playing queen e5. Although I still don't have a lot after that. Now rook c2, let's say the queen moves and they're playing d2 check, king f1, and then rook c1. What about that? Rook c2, the queen moves, and then we play d2 check, followed by king f1, and then I just play rook c1. Rook c2, bishop e4, queen e5, threatens queen h2 and queen h1 if allowed. Okay, if bishop e4, then queen b5. The queen is still hit, and then d2 check, or maybe bishop b4 check will be devastating. I guess I'll go with this, right? Rook c2, bishop e4, queen b5. That's not the correct move. Okay, let me give it another try. e3, bishop d5. I mean, I'm not sure what would be the right move. Let me just go for e3. Okay, let's have a look at the solution. Bishop g5, rook g5, queen g5, queen g5, rook g5, bishop e4, rook e8. What? Why would he capture on e4? Strange. Okay, now what's the problem with rook c2 here? Bishop e4. Okay, if I play, then you can just capture on d3. Got it. But I still did not understand why h4 h5 was played. I mean h5 h4 was played. It must be a computer move, I guess. Anyway, let's go for this puzzle. So let's do a material check. 7 black pawns and 6 white pawns. 2 minor pieces, 2 rooks and a queen. Of got it. Now let's see, queen h6. How could he can probably play bishop f8 then. Okay, why can't I? Why can't I just capture on d3? You capture on f4 then. Oh, what's the problem with knight c5? Rook d2. I mean knight c5, queen c5, queen h6, queen c2, king c, king a2, queen c4, king h, king a1, and then queen f8. In fact, queen c, rooks, knight c5, queen c5 different, queen h6, queen f8. Okay, what about knight g5, king f8, queen h6, king e8, queen h7. I'm not sure. I mean, knight g5 looks interesting. Knight g5, but then knight g5, h5, gh5. I mean, knight g5 is interesting, but I have to be a little cautious of the queen and rook battery on the c file. There's a lot of pressure on c2 right now. So I'm thinking about knight c5, queen c5, bishop b4, queen c2, check, king a2. If queen d1, let's say, or maybe rook d1, let's say, queen h6, rook a1, check, or maybe then she can simply play queen c4, check, b2, queen c1 is made, queen c2 is made. I mean, I want to play knight g5, but I'm not sure. Knight g5, h5, g5, knight g5, h5, gh5. Or maybe knight g5, king f8, queen h7, king e1, queen f8, king d7, queen f7, and then the king can escape. I feel like playing knight g5 here. Oh my goodness, I did not notice that my queen on h3 is hit by the rook. My goodness. Obviously taking on d3 with my queen doesn't make sense. I completely lost this one. I mean, had I played knight g5, that would have been a shame, not noticing the attack on my queen with the rook on d3. Now pawn d3, bishop a3. I can very well play rook c1, right? Then I can capture the bishop also if required on e3 when the queen moves away and I exchange the rook on c8. But the idea is if pawn d3, pawn f4 is available here. Yeah, pawn d3, pawn f4, and then knight g5 could be an idea. The only thing is, how would black respond after pawn d3, pawn f4, knight g. I mean, I'm more concerned about pawn d3. I f okay. Let's go for pawn d3. And now knight g5. Hey, I also have rook c1 now. I mean, rook c1, bishop e4, pawn e4. I mean, I can play b4, not a problem, but then you can just move away his queen first. After taking on e4, and if I capture on e4, then you can just move away his queen. Let's say e8. I mean, I feel like playing knight g5 here. Knight g5. Also because of this pawn on f6, it makes sense. Let's see. And now I can capture edge g5, edge g5, queen g5. And now I can play rook c1 because queen c2 is a threat here. Or maybe, let's see. Edge g6, queen c2, king a2, and then bishop d5 is there. King a1, and then he captures rook, right, to check. So rook c1, queen c1, bishop c1, rook c1, king a2, bishop d5, a3. Or what would bishop c3? Bishop c3 is also a good option here. Bishop d4, edge g6, and then I'm threatening. A lot of ideas. Yeah, bishop c3 is better here, I believe. Bishop c3 is better. Rook c1, queen c1, bishop c1, rook c1, king a2, bishop d4, check, bishop d5, check, b3, rook c2, and this can probably lead to a draw. So I play bishop c3 here. Okay, what is this? Now I can't I just take on g6, threaten some ideas with my queen, probably play g7 and then attack. Yeah, I'll just go with this then. uh, and now I can go for f7 check, threatening. If queen f7, then queen h8 is mate. So f7, king goes to, okay, this should be it, right? f7 has to be played. There's a better move. Wow. Okay, maybe queen a8, queen h8, my bad. This is going to be pretty cool if I can get it. King h8 and then f7. That will be almost a checkmate, but then comes e5, bishop d5, queen d5, and then I don't get anything. Okay, I don't know why I can't let me just see. Okay, now what about queen h6? Attacks g6, right? I'm going to go for this. Queen h6. The king cannot really go anywhere. I can, and there's no way to defend g6. Yeah. Let's go for this then. We have e5, right? I think I can just capture, and then I can play f7, bishop f, or let's say bishop f7, queen f6, king f8, bishop e5. I'm not sure, but I mean, let's see. f7, bishop f7, and then bishop, yeah, this is better. Bishop e5 should be it. But in this case I can just play queen f6 and that's mate, right? Yep, there we go. Okay, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then hit that like button, and I'll see you in my next video, which will be on next Saturday. Till then, take care, goodbye.